Inigo Martinez's departure from FC Barcelona is one that I'm struggling to accept. And if you know me very well, if you're familiar with my videos, if you're familiar with my page, my content, you will know that emotionally I am connected to my players, emotionally I am connected to the club. So it broke me. I'm not even gonna lie. It really, I could not sleep. I couldn't sleep. I could not bring myself to face the camera to address the issue properly because when I saw the news, it came as a rude shock to me. You know, when in this era of Fabrizio, in this era of David Ornstein, you just assume that okay, if there ever is going to be a transfer that would happen, you would at least get an idea, you would get a tip. But this one came as a total shock to all of us. I was having a conversation with someone, and the person said, "Well, uh, it is just Inigo Martinez." No, it is not just Inigo Martinez. Inigo Martinez is not just any kind of player. Inigo Martinez was very, very important in our attack last season. Defensively, Inigo Martinez was way too important for the squad. And I think letting him go is the wrongest move we can pull. Besides, whoever gave, I mean, that kind of a clause? Why? I understand Inigo Martinez is old. I understand he has struggled with injuries. Hell, he has a decent salary with the club. All right. I made a statement. I said in our attack, our attacking football, Inigo Martinez played a very, very key and vital role. His elite passing quality, the way he processes information, how intelligent he is, and also the angles, the areas that he operates in for the club. We've all seen several occasions where it is seeming as though our attack is dying down and all, and Inigo Martinez will just out of nowhere get pissed, get angry, pick up the ball, and then he's speeding to the final third of our opponent with the ball to either give an assist or score the goal himself. Now he has this attitude of giving optimal passes. He has this attitude of accelerating our build-ups. It just it just saddens me to see because how do you let a player with the second most passes into the final third, the second most long passes, and also the one who switches plays during matches, during games the most? How do you let a player like that go? As a left-footed player, it was easy for him to give diagonal passes. It was easy for him to give inside passes. Those long passes at times that he would take and cross over to Lamine Yamal's wing. And then, you know, the thing is, if a team does not have a distributor from the back, it actually affects the attack. It affects the link up plays and everything. But Inigo Martinez was that player for us. He can effectively. He would play passes over the top as for a left back or even a left winger, and then he will switch it directly to Lamine Yamal on the opposite flank. Now this is not something that a right-footed centre back can do, because if he does it, it affects the precise passes. It doesn't make the pass that he would pass or he would give. It doesn't make it precise. It affects the decision making, and also it affects the speed. And another thing that makes it even crazier for me is when the whole issue of Ter Stegen being stripped of his leadership qualities emerged, when it surfaced, I started saying, okay, if I'm to pick my top three or my top four persons to lead the team, Inigo Martinez was actually one of them. Because I've seen occasions where when a mistake is made at the back line, you see the way Inigo Martinez would rise up, the way that shout that he does, the way he does his face, at a point I started calling him a lion. He has the leadership qualities. He coordinates the back, and he coordinates the defense so beautifully. And see, apart, last season, Hansi Flick brought the high line to Barcelona, and we all knew how much this high line helped the club. Playing this high line, we needed a player with proper timing. We needed a player that could, process information very quickly. You see, we all saw the video where Araujo was trying to keep the offside trap. I don't know if you all saw it trending on social media. The reason I can't use those videos is because when I do, it gets flagged for copyright. Now, for Inigo Martinez, it was so. Look, I understand that we all as fans are missing Inigo Martinez, but I think Kubarsi is the player, or is that person that would actually miss him the more, because it made it easier for Inigo Martinez, or it made it easier rather for Kubarsi to keep the offside trap. Inigo Martinez was a master when it comes to the timing. Inigo Martinez was a beast when it comes to processing information, especially when it comes to the high line. Anti Flick said, okay, this is what I want in my defense. This is what I want from you guys. And Inigo Martinez completely understood the assignment. He gave his all. He gave everything that he needed to do to ensure that the high line was kept. Do you know the amount of times Mbappe was caught offside in the El Clasico? All of this wouldn't have happened if Inigo Martinez and Kubarsi were not in sync. All of this wouldn't have happened if Inigo Martinez wasn't really calculative, wasn't really intelligent. Now, we also, like I said, we also saw the video of Araujo trying to keep the offside trap. We also saw him the way same thing we saw with Gerard Martin. Maybe Christensen is actually trying when it comes to keeping the offside trap. Maybe Christensen is actually really doing so good when it comes to our defense. But the truth is, it's going to cost us. As for Araujo is not someone we can rely on. For the past seasons, Araujo has cost us in so many matches. Araujo is indecisive. Yes, Araujo is fast. Araujo is strong, but the high line that Hansi Flick introduced to the team is not something Araujo can entirely keep. And as for Christensen plays 2 matches and is out for eight matches. He is injury prone. Both of them actually are injury prone. Kubarsi is still young. He makes mistake, although it is now sealed that Kubarsi is going to be a regular starter. And then who else do we have to rely on? Gerard Martin? Oh, and Flick only just tried twice as a left centre back. And in my opinion, I think Hansi Flick had already gotten a prior notice about this Inigo Martinez's issue, which is, that is the reason why he had been trying to make Gerard Martin, or to convert him into a left centre back. But the truth is, do we have all the time in the world? We are looking to win the Champions League. Do we really have that luxury of time to wait for another few months before Gerard Martin transforms or get better in that position? Now, when we've all been complaining of Barcelona conceding goals, we've all been complaining that we always concede too many goals. Although we win, we do comebacks a lot, but we concede too many goals. We've all been complaining that our backline is trash. Now our backline is worse, especially considering the fact that now we can even be so active in the market. Looking at it, maybe we have to just run it back. Take it back to our defense, the defense that we had when the team looked terrible. Of course, BACK, Balde as our left back, Araujo, then Christensen, then Kunde as our right back, or better still, we make Araujo. Araujo did play as a right back for us. It's some couple of years ago. So maybe Araujo plays as our right back. Konde plays his natural position, which is a centre back, then paired with maybe Kubarsi or whoever, then paired with maybe Christensen, and then Balde as the left back. Or Eric Garcia. I'm struggling. I couldn't make this video yesterday because I was struggling to accept the reality of it. I decided to just stay locked in my denial. How do you sell one of your best center backs when you do not even have a plan? We are struggling to register the players that we recently just signed, and we're still selling. I knew we were going to make sacrifices in order for some of our players to be signed, but Inigo Martinez didn't have to be the sacrifice. Now the club is not looking to make any signings at all, or I mean, there's the speculations that they might or they are not entirely ruling out signing or going into the market for a defender. But the question is, which quality defender do we get? Can we afford to get a defender? And now, even if we do, can we sign or can we register that player? Okay, maybe we all want us to sign Schlotterbeck. Okay, fine. He has this passing quality. He has a composure. He's also left-footed, and it might make him an ideal profile for Barcelona. But the question is, can we afford it right now? If we eventually get to sign him, can we register him? Or is there something? Is there something we do not know? Why do I feel like there is something going on with the club that they are not telling us? Why do I feel like Laporta and Deco are hiding something? Our financial situation is actually way worse than we are getting a glimpse of. And I think it's high time they come out to tell us the truth. There is something wrong in the inner room. There is something going on in the club. Or am I the only one thinking like this? Okay, fine. Let me just let me throw this out there. As a Couler, as a Barcelona fan, now that Inigo Martinez is set to sign for the Saudi side Al Nasser, what do you think Barcelona can do? Do you think we should go back to our previous backline, back, Balde, Araujo, Christensen, and Kunde? Or do you think, let me just know what you think we can do with our defense this season. The season has already begun, and we need, even as at last season, we had a terrible defense. Our defense was horrible. And now that one of our best centre backs has decided to sign for the Al Nasser side, I'd really, really want to know what you guys think Barcelona can do going forward. Please let me know your thoughts. Please let me know your take. Please let me know what you would advise that we do as a club in the comment section. Please, do you think we can? Do you think Kubarsi can step up? Do you think the remainder of our defenders can actually step up? Do you think we can? With the kind of defense that we have, do you think we can compete the way we did last season? Please let me know in the comment section. And as you're doing this, please don't forget to like, share, and if you're new to this YouTube channel, please don't forget to subscribe and also turn on your notification so you can get to know whenever I post a video. My name still means Adejoke Adebisi, and yes, I'll see you guys again very, very soon. I'm sorry my mood is just not there. I'm not in a good mood. But yeah, as always, Visca Barca, Visca El Catalunya. I love you guys so much.